Sonny, Joey, 500. Got some goats in the building.
Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. His fly was fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown.
It's
Here
a
comes the shakedown.
Let's go.
You might do it, Kick Dig back here. Welcome to the Philly Shakedown podcast as we get ready for the most important, intriguing game we've had all year. Tomorrow night, Eagles, Commanders. Joey, what's happening?
I'm good, man. It's a big matchup tomorrow night. Probably the biggest matchup, like you said, biggest matchup of the year. NFC showdown. Two teams playing well right now. Try to get our third win in the division, and it's gonna be. We have a lot to talk about. It's gonna be interesting.
Yes, we do. It's going to be very interesting. 500 smells like piss. What's up? Major Pain. What's up? Ethan. What's up? Nico. What's going on? MJ. Willis. What's going on? Jonas. Leon Banks. What's happening? Keith. How are you? Cosmo Kramer, my man. What's going on? Sean Davis. He's ready. He's going to be near Sirianni tomorrow. Shout out to him. Jameson. What is going on? Thank you guys. Philly 500 House of Mouse Club or whatever it is. What's going on? Shaquille, Fugly, MG, EN890, everyone for being here. Thank you so much. Gonzo, William, Chris, thank you. Man, tomorrow is a huge game. Huge game. Not only do the Eagles need to win this game, but I was on Rio Robinson, Commander's channel right before I came on here. He said, He went over Washington's schedule like after the Eagles. Like, dude, they play nobody. They play like Dallas twice.
Yeah, it's horrible.
They play Tennessee. I mean, they could literally win every one of those games. So the Eagles are going to have to make sure they got to win tomorrow. They've got to win tomorrow night's game. And I think I really think that we got some really good news, some major news offensively, and that's Jordan Mailata is back. He is going to be playing this game. And I think, you could solidify that line, man. I think that's big for the Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little surprised. I mean, maybe he was already ready and he had to go through his time on the IR. I think he was put on IR, so he had to go through the rest of his time. But, that's huge for the blind side. Fred Johnson did a good job. I think he was solid. I think he went through his bumps and bruises. But, getting Jordan Mailata back is huge. Definitely.
Yeah, it's huge. It's definitely huge. Maybe Discord's up and running. I went on it. I followed the link. I think I signed up. I think I'm in there. You can tell me if I did it correctly, but I think I should be good to go for it, and I will. I'll head over there later. But it should be good. And thank you so much, Jordan. What's going on? He goes, I'm ready for Saquon to go off tomorrow and AJ. Yeah, I think tomorrow, Joey. I think it has to be a Saquon Barkley game. Like, I think you have to give Saquon whatever it takes, but you have to run the ball. Washington is not good against the run. You have to utilize Barkley, and I think they need to do it early,
Yeah, I think they're fourth against the pass. I don't know. I think you still could throw on this team, too. I mean, I think you got to use Saquon, but I think they honestly could throw on this team. Marshawn Lattimore is not playing in this game, apparently still out with the hamstring injury, so he missed one game already, now missing a division game already now, which leaves, I think, the corner spot really weak for them with Emmanuel Forbes and Juice and what they have over there. So it should be a big day for AJ or Devontae Smith in this game.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah, I agree. Nicholas says, what up, Philly 500 and Joey Shakes? This game between the Eagles and Commanders is going to be a great one. I expect plenty of offensive fireworks in this game. I agree. I totally agree. I mean, I think the Eagles should be able to move the ball. I think they should be able to run the ball and throw the ball tomorrow versus Washington. I do. Dre Diesel, thank you for the super chat. He goes, we got to stop the run. Heavy dose JD of Jordan Davis. Yeah. Well, Washington's getting they're getting what's his face back? Robinson, right? He's back tomorrow, so they're gonna have him. They got Austin Eckler, and then Jaden Daniels can run the ball as well. So Washington will be able to run the well. They'll try to run the ball. There's no doubt about it. What scares me more than anything about this game is those like third and fives, third and sevens, and then Jaden Daniels taking off and running with the ball. Like, you've got to be able to contain him tomorrow. You have to set the edges. You can't be letting him get around you. Otherwise, he's gonna be keeping a lot of drives around with his legs, dude.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much my biggest fear of that offense is really containing him, and got to keep that outside contained and make sure he's not getting easy runs on you. So hopefully they could do that.
Yeah, exactly. Polska Trucker, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. Appreciate you so much. What up, Philly and Joey? My worries to this game is how Jalen Hurts plays and the turnovers. My surprise is how well the defense is playing right now. Yeah, well, the defense has been playing. They seem like they're getting better every week. As far as the turnovers, I do think turnovers is a big issue because Washington doesn't turn the ball over. I think Jane Daniels has 2 interceptions on the year. They don't really turn the ball over that much. So you're going to have a clean game. I do agree with that. I do.
Yeah.
I
think. Well, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was saying, I think one thing that makes me nervous in this game is the first half. So obviously our first halves haven't been perfect. They've scored a little bit the last couple of games. If you're holding on to the ball too long, where Jalen Hurts is like 3.5 to 4 seconds holding on to the ball for that long, and they continue with that, and if the defense is showing that they're going to blitz her, and trust me, they're going to go after him in this game. They're going to have to change the short passing game. They're going to have to the screen game or something, because I feel like it will be a problem if they continue like they did in that Dallas game, whether the sun was in his eyes or not. There really wasn't anything middle of the field. Like, I think they have to get that short passing game going. And if they see Hurts is holding onto the ball too long every single snap, they're going to keep coming after him. They're going to get him. So I think they got to change it up. So
yeah, you have to change it up. There's no doubt about it. Leon says we have to stop Eckler and Robinson. Yeah, well, Washington, if they can run the ball on us, because look, if you look at their passing game, really, there's only one guy that really scares me, and that's McLaurin. Right? They got McLaurin, then they've got Noah Brown, who is, come on, he stinks, and then they got McCaffrey, right? The McCaffrey kid,
Luke McCaffrey.
Yeah, and then you have at tight end you have Zach Ertz, Mr. No yards after the catch. So he'll catch it and he'll go down immediately. But if they can run the ball with Eckler, with Robinson, and even with Daniels, if they run the ball, that could cause us a lot of problems. So I want to keep Washington out of third and shorts. I do. I think if they're in third and threes, and if they're in third and fourth, third and fives, I think that's where things are going to be a problem. Pittsburgh did a great job last week on Daniels and containing him, really. I don't think he had very big runs. They also blitzed him 53% of the time last week. And I really believe the idea that you try to confuse a young rookie quarterback. I don't know that Vic Fangio will go out and blitz, though. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're going to have to give some different looks, and hopefully this offense could change it up a little bit. The run game, I mean, Jaden Daniels is I think that offense is catered to him. They've catered that offense. I think they've been one of the biggest surprises this year, because from a new owner to a new GM, $90-something million in cap space this offseason, and 18 free agents. You don't see teams start to gel that quick within a year of really kind of rebuilding when you really think about it. So,
yeah. Jason A. thank you for the super chat. He goes, I think Nolan Smith has been really good lately. Yeah, I think he's been much better. I think he's been starting to come on a little bit. I definitely think that. And with Washington, they got I'm pretty sure their tackles are banged up. So they got banged up tackles which may be an advantage for the Eagles. Maybe we can get those outside pass rushers going. But overall, offensive line play, they've done a pretty good job protecting Daniels this year. So they've been much better than they usually have. So, the trenches are going to be huge. If you could get we need one of those Jalen Carter dominant games. This is the one we need for sure. Fugly Gang, thank you for the super chat. He goes, the sexy Aussie Somalia is back. Oh, great! Thank you for coming back.
Jordan Mailata.
We appreciate it.
Jordan Mailata.
Yeah. That's what he's talking about. Yeah, I thought he was talking about himself. Yeah, Jordan Mailata's back. That's right.
Maybe.
I thought you were talking about himself. I'm like, okay. It's hilarious. But Nico says, a big game coming to us, and we will be there with you, Philly. Very cool, man. I can't wait. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting matchup. What is your biggest fear? I guess you said a little bit about the run and Daniel's run. What else worries you about this offense that we're going to see?
I mean, really, it's stopping the run, because I think part of it I think it's just really those two things. I'm not really afraid of Terry McLaurin. I'm not really afraid of Terry McLaurin, De'Ami Brown, Alameda Zaccheaus, Noah Brown. I don't think it's anything spectacular. I think this is a really more of a challenge for Washington offensively. We gave up some runs against the Cowboys. They were tied last going to that game against the run, running the ball, offensively, but we were giving up some runs. They have two good backs, and I think, Eichler's a nice shifty back. Will not get a home run hit, but he's shifty, can get some hard chunk yards, and Brian Robinson's a nice bruiser for them. So
yeah,
I think those are the only two things.
I like Robinson.
Yeah, he's great.
He's a good player. I don't know how. I mean, I know he's come back from injury. I know he was limited this week. We'll see how healthy he is. It'd be nice for the Eagles to get off to a good start. If you come out there and you're struggling in the first quarter, and you let Washington, especially because the energy at that point, the link is going to be off the hook. It's going to be loud. The energy is going to be up there. It's going to be a playoff type atmosphere. You kind of don't want to squander that. If you could jump on them, I really think if the Eagles, let's say the opening drive, they go down and score a touchdown, I think Washington's in big trouble, big trouble. But if they come out and they're trying to throw every down, and it's like, here we go again with the first quarter problems, then you're going to let Washington back in it. But I really think coming out a good first quarter is very, very important tomorrow.
I agree.
Nick, thank you for super chat. Goes, getting Jordan back is huge. It is huge. There's just no doubt about it. Fugly Gang, thank you for super chat. Goes, Joey looking extra cute because girlfriend's watching, huh?
I look like this all the time. It's nothing different today.
That's what I have to say about that. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be it's such an interesting game because it has such big implications. I really think it does. I really think that the next 3 weeks is going to tell us everything we need to know about this team. If they go 3-0, dude, they're going to be scary going into the playoffs. If they go 2-1, all right, we're good. That we can survive with that. Especially if you beat Washington, the Rams, and let's say lose to Baltimore, you can recover from that. But I look at it like you have to win this because you got to play Washington again. You don't want to play Washington at home and they've already beat you once. You want to go into that last game where it's like you can have no worse than a split. I think the Eagles are number 2 seed right now. They are in a position where they can get that 1 seed still. I know Detroit's playing really good football right now, but there's a lot of football left to be played. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, a lot of time.
Roll Philly Dog says, I'm feeling unusually good. Usually I'm pessimistic, but I feel good about tomorrow. I have a good feeling about tomorrow too. I have a really good feeling. I've been thinking close game, fourth quarter, 7-8 point win. I'm feeling like, I don't know. Part of me feels like the Eagles are going to go off tomorrow, like their best game of the year. Just everything is going to hit because I feel like Daniels is a young rookie quarterback, kind of like playoff atmosphere. It's like, are they ready for this moment? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think between both fan bases, it's been like a back and forth on, well, who has Philly played and who has Washington played this year. Washington's played, two games. They've, two good teams, and they've lost. They've lost against both of them. The Eagles, per se, we beat Green Bay. Falcons at the time were pretty good. The Saints at the time were actually pretty good statistically, but you win some, lose some. Hearing Hurts has more talent and can do nothing, and Jalen Daniels has less talent but can do more. And this back and forth that's just going like crazy right now. So it's going to come down to tomorrow night. It's going to come down to it.
Oh yeah. And I've said this all week, and I'll say this again. I don't buy into that narrative of look who you played on your schedule. You haven't beat anybody good. Blah blah blah. I think that gets overblown. I mean, sometimes there is some truth to it, but when a team is beating the teams that they're supposed to beat and beating them decisively, I don't think you can hold that against the team. And I think, I hear that with, about Washington. Washington beat this team. They haven't beat anybody good. Okay, you can say, I mean, they definitely got lucky in that Chicago game. They definitely got lucky in that Chicago game. But they've been pretty good. I mean, they went in there and they beat Cincinnati. It was a big game on Monday night. So they've had some good moments.
Washington's going to have praise because they have a fresh team this year, and they're the most surprising team this year. If the Eagles kicked 4 field goals and threw a Hail Mary, would we get the respect that we deserve? Probably not, and I don't think the Eagle fan base would be happy with that of how to play a game like that either. So,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, but when you look at, if you look at us, right, all right, we played Cleveland out of the break. We played the Giants. We played Dallas. We've beaten all those teams pretty bad. The way a good team is supposed to beat them. So I don't know. I think that talk is so overrated. Just my opinion,
Yeah.
Bry Guy says, what are the chances Dotson gets any kind of revenge? I said this on Rio's podcast. I said it's going to be like the fourth quarter, 3 minutes, 50-something seconds left. Eagles up 21-20. You're going to get the play action bomb to Jahan Dotson for 80 yards to clinch the game. How beautiful would that be to go out and do that to his old team? That would be
beautiful. I mean, to get him, I mean, they've slowly been getting him involved. They look at him like, one time a game, but this would be a week where, because you don't use Dotson a lot, they could do some different things they haven't done with him yet and kind of surprise Washington off the bat. So they could use it, but it'll be nice.
Yeah, it is. Dante, thank you for the super chat. Goes, this game's going to come down to wins the trenches. D-line, offensive line. Hopefully Jordan M play. Yeah, Jordan Mailata is playing. They say he's active, so he's playing tomorrow, and I think that'll be a good thing. Obviously, the trenches, that's where it's going to be won. Washington's got a decent defensive line. Even though they got rid of Montez Sweat last year.
Dante Fowler's
having a great year. How did Dallas let him go? Because, why can't we find a guy like that? You know what I mean? Like, to get 8.5 sacks like that cheap. It's kind of crazy, but they've been pretty good. So we've got our work cut out for us. The one thing though with Washington is they can get to the quarterback. They can, but they do not play the run good. What do they rank? Like 30th against the run or something like that?
28th or something like that.
Yeah, it's not good. They give up. I think they give up an average of, I think it's 4.9 yards a carry, 4.8. And it was actually over 5 last week, but they did a great job against Najee Harris. So it went down. But the thing with Najee Harris, I don't know if people watch Pittsburgh, but he is slow as hell. Like, dude, it's like Rich Eisen running the 40. That's what he looks like to me on the field. So I think the Eagles got to run the ball tomorrow. They've got to. And I've got to believe that the only reason Barkley had 14 carries against Dallas was so you can run the ball. I mean, I'll be pissed off if we go in this game and Barkley has like 14 carries again. I'll lose my mind.
Gainwell game. It's the Gainwell game.
Yeah. You can't do that, man. You've got to run him tomorrow. Tomorrow is such an important game. You beat Washington. I mean, you're a game and a half up, you know, and you got a favorable schedule. I mean, you get by with the Rams, who I think they beat, and then you got Baltimore. You get by that Baltimore game. I think you got Pittsburgh at home still, but that schedule is really favorable to the Eagles, man. Really favorable.
Oh, yeah.
The Toilet Smoke, thank you for the super chat, my man. He goes, Brian Robinson is not playing tomorrow. He's out. Are you sure? I could have sworn I thought they said he was playing.
I'll look it up.
If he's not playing, that's a huge loss for them because he's really, I mean, he's a good running back, you know, and that puts a lot of pressure on Austin Eckler, you know, who's not bad himself, you know, and not bad himself at all. Michael Meehan, what's going on, my man? How are you? He goes, Pound Philly Shake. What's up, guys? Looking forward to Hurts getting his 5th straight game with a rushing and passing touchdown with a passer rating over 100. He's already had 4 straight. I can't wait until tomorrow. Yeah, I can't wait till tomorrow either. I didn't know that. Did you know that he's got 5 straight games with a rushing and passing touchdown and a passer rating over 100?
No,
wow.
no idea.
Holy crap, 4 straight down. I knew about the rushing and passing touchdown. I didn't realize the rating was over 100. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, for all the complaints about Jalen Hurts, I mean, I don't know. I think he's doing pretty damn good. You know, but thank you, Michael, for telling me that. That's interesting. I did not know that. Donnie goes, you're the mother humping man, 500. Thank you, my man. Appreciate it. Splenda says Robinson is playing tomorrow. Now he's coming back from injury, so
yeah, he
you
is.
You don't know how healthy he is or how many carries he's going to get. You know, Alex, thank you for super chat. He goes, call me crazy, but I think we stomped the Commanders tomorrow. We're the most complete team they faced. I think we definitely are. You know, the only thing about Washington is, for whatever reason, they always seem to play us tough. Even when they're horrible and they win like 3 games,
we keep it close.
They play us tough. It's always close. So that makes me worry about it. But there are times when I will say this: the few times that Washington was supposed to be in like the playoff hunt or anything like that, and we've played them, we've blown them out. So I would not be surprised if we do. I mean, the Eagles are due to have that like they haven't had, and they're getting there. They're getting better each week, but they haven't just had that one game where it's like everything that they do works. It's coming. It's coming. And tomorrow would be such a huge win for the Eagles because, like I said, they got. I think Washington's got, like I said, Dallas twice. They got Tennessee. They got New Orleans. I think they got I don't know if they have the Giants one more time or not.
I think you're banking on probably. I know. Well, the Saints just upset Atlanta last week, so and they're a mess right now. Atlanta and the Saints are probably maybe the 2 games. Maybe they could have trouble. Maybe.
Right.
We'll see.
Yeah. But you get that game and a half on them, and then let's say you go to LA, you beat the Rams. We usually beat the Rams, and we're usually pretty good about that. So if you beat the Rams, that would take you to 9-2. You play Baltimore. Now, if you lose Baltimore, it's like, okay, shit, you lost to Baltimore. That sucks, but it's not the end of the world. That's an AFC opponent, so it's not really going to hurt a tiebreaker in any way. So I think these next 2 weeks will tell us. I think the next 3 weeks will tell us how good this team is, but the next 2 games will really tell us whether this team has a shot at home field or not. Jay Tyler, thank you for super chat. Goes, put Q on McLaurin. Slay always gets smoked by him. Yeah, I know they don't. The Eagles don't play man enough like that to do that. So, unfortunately, but that's how I would do it. Timothy, thank you for super chat. I worry about the short passes like the Bucs game. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, Washington will
They
check it down.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you can't play off. I mean, against Tampa, that was bad. Against the Jags in the second half, on top of leaving points off the board, that was bad. You would have thought they would have played a little bit more physical in that game or attacked just a little bit more because this is more of a react defense. We all know that, but I don't like in that second half of that Jags game where they played off. I hope to God they don't do that this game. They can't afford to do that this game with the weapons that
No.
they have. There's no way.
No, not early. Like we said, I mean, to me, the biggest threat in this game is Jaden Daniels' legs, because I just worry about those third downs,
Mhm.
the sustaining drives. Also, the red zone is going to be really important. Washington gets in the red zone and they're not scoring touchdowns against the Eagles. They're in big trouble. They get in the red zone, they've got to score against the Eagles. And Washington, I think, has been really up and down this year. They struggled in some games, like where they can't do anything in the red zone, and then other games they've been okay. So it's up and down. Meanwhile, I think the Eagles are like third in red zone defense. So like that's another big advantage I think we have.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's see here. Dante Davis super chat. He goes, I can't wait for my Cooper DeJean jersey. Him and Cuban balling. Yeah, they look great. What I would like to hear is I want somebody in the media, and if anybody's from the media is listening to this, please ask Cooper DeJean, does he plan on keeping number 33 long term? Or is he going to switch the number as soon as he can? Because I got to tell you, I would get a Cooper DeJean jersey, but I do not want to get one and then he changes numbers on me.
Yeah, they usually after the first year they might change. Yeah, that's the only shitty part about it. They might change
I
it
think
after a year.
I think 33 works though. I mean, like if I was him, I would definitely keep 33. I think it works. Dre Diesel Davis Super Chat goes, we got to play good run, contain. Zach Bourne should eat. Agreed. I agree. And David Super Chat. King says, Big Dog 541-17, go Birds. I'll take it. Now, Zach Bourne, you bring him up, Dre Diesel. He won the NFC Defensive Player of the Week, was it?
Yes, sirree.
Yeah, so Zach Bourne, I mean,
we
what
know
are they gonna? They gotta sign this guy. Dre Diesel, David Super Chat goes, Brian Robinson is massive. They go as he goes. He's been injured, but if he's healthy, we are in trouble. The dude is really good. He is good. I mean, I don't know that we're in trouble. I don't think we're in trouble, but he's definitely somebody you got to worry about. I don't know what the story. I think he's playing. I mean, that's what I heard he was playing.
Yeah, I think he's playing, but he's definitely not 100% though.
Yeah, he was limited in practice all week. So, how many carries, how many games did he miss? Like 3 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he ain't going to come out. Is he going to get 20 carries? That's the question. But Austin Eckler is good too. He's good. He's good as well. And then you have obviously Daniels and the ability to run. So it's going to be. This is the best test for this defense. If this defense shuts down McLaurin and they shut down Washington, then I think I'm a full 100% believer that they can go up against anybody. I really am.
I agree. They're gonna have to face teams that have there's gonna be teams that have a 1-2 punch in backs. There's gonna be teams that have good wide receivers. Like Eagles have got to play tough and they got to stay consistent, to win these games. So
right. Taco says, I'm worried about Nick coaching the game. Take the point. Yes, well, that's always the great wild card, is it not? What Nick Sirianni is going to do. Like if you look at last week versus Dallas, right? I mean, why did we struggle early? Well, because we weren't running the ball. And I know they didn't want to use Barkley. I totally get it because of Thursday. But why didn't they use Gainwell? Why didn't they use Shipley? They just throw. If you come out and you do that, you're not playing to the advantages that you have against Washington. You got to be able to run the ball. And listen, I don't think their corners are that good. And Marshawn Lattimore is not playing. And I think that you could eat on the outside. Like I think AJ Devontae could have a big day.
He's going to throw it up.
Try to come out, huh?
He's going to throw that ball up. You already know it's going to be.
Oh, it's going to happen. But I really hope that they come out and establish them. Like if you could come out, let's say first couple series you come out and you run Barkley like 7, 8 times. I'm sorry, but the rest of the game, they are going to be scared to death of Barkley. And then you got play action to play off of. It's a lot easier, I think, to make and throw passes when they're biting on the play action. Just like that Cincinnati game, think of Devontae Smith, the touchdown he had. Like if they come out and they use Barkley early and establish that pass, and then establish that play action pass, I don't think Washington can stop them. I think the Eagles will march down the field all game, literally all game. And I think they'll put up 30-plus points. But if you come out and you're running over, I watched some of the all-22 and early on in the first quarter, they were all you know how many vertical routes they kept running? They're running a lot of vertical routes.
I don't doubt it. That's why.
It's like, yeah, Jalen's got to hold on to the ball. Everybody's running downfield. It's like, but come out and run the ball early. Establish the run. Establish the play action pass. And you'll feast the rest of the game. I truly believe that.
He shouldn't have been sacked 5 times last week in the first. I mean, he shouldn't have been sacked that much in the first half last week. It was kind of ridiculous. But.
No, 5 times in the first half.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't necessary. Let's see. Don't you frown. It's Shakedown featuring Joey. Oh, God.
Joey the Spitting?
I don't know. Butler, and you're talking to somebody else. Barkley needs to lead the NFL in rushing after tomorrow. 130 yards. Yeah, well, what is? I don't even know what Henry.
He's behind Derek. Yeah, he's over 1,000.
He's got I think Henry's got over 1,100 yards. Barkley's like 8 yards, 9 yards from 1,000. Barkley's going to go over 1,000 yards tomorrow night. Wow,
dude,
that's crazy,
already,
man.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, look, DeAndre Swift broke 1,000 the second to last game of the year last year.
I know it's something. It really is. And listen, the Eagles did not use Barkley on purpose last week. I like we talk about the run and establishing the run, and I've let them off the hook this past week with it because I know what they were doing. I expect Barkley to have a huge game. Like I expect 140. 130, 170, somewhere like that. Like I think he's going to have a monster game. And Barkley, I was talking to Rio, who Washington guy, says Barkley has killed Washington in the past. He has a history of killing them. So, that's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
They have a Sean Desai as coordinator. That's a left. Who is Sean Desai as a coordinator? Where's Desai at? Is he with the Rams?
I have he's an assistant. I don't think he's an actual
I thought he was with the Rams. They got Brian Johnson in Washington. He's the assistant to the head coach. So, yeah, we'll see. Now, Splendid says Robinson's playing. Yeah, that's what I figured. That's what I figured. Jay Tyler, David Super Chat goes, put Q on McLaurin. Slay will get smoked by. I would do that. I mean, but the Eagles don't play man. So, that they're not going to do it that way. But I think if it was me, I would start putting Q on all teams' best receivers.
Yeah.
I like this matchup for the Eagles. Just as long as the Eagles play to their strengths, I love this matchup. I think that the Eagles' strengths match up well with the Washington's weaknesses. But the wild card is always Nick Sirianni.
I know.
Like, will you do what you're supposed to like will you do what it takes to win, or are you going to say no, we have to win a certain way? That's the problem. Nick Degger Super Chat goes, Pitt put 28 points on them. We have no excuses to get less. I agree, and I think we can. I think that you can. I think you could throw on them, especially on the outside. I think you can run on them. Washington's strength with their defense really is that pass rush and those linebackers. I mean, they got Bobby Wagner. I don't know how he's still playing, dude, at the level he's on pace for well over 100 tackles again. Like that defense goes as Wagner goes, really.
Mm-hmm.
He's a hell of a player. Hell of a player.
Good
you know.
pickup.
But yeah, and he's going to be all over the field tomorrow. It's an interesting game. It's an interesting matchup. I'm trying to catch up to this chat.
Okay.
Let me see here. It's a Philly thing. Says Jaden Daniels is going to play in a tough environment. The Eagles have the best fan base in the NFL. Yeah, I imagine it's going to be electric there, man. I really imagine it's going to be. Pat says, thought Baltimore had their bye already. Okay, rushing title still in play then. Yeah, I don't know if they did or they didn't. Father says, I honestly think this might be a blowout. I honestly think if the Eagles come out running, it will be. I wouldn't say a blowout, but I think it'll be comfortable win. If they don't, it'll be very, very close into the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Philly, when does Covey come back? I don't know. When do you know when he's?
I think another week. I think after this week he should be back. If it's 7 weeks, he should be back next week.
Yeah,
should be.
Yeah, I think you're right. Splendid says 500. I have a theory. I think we played a basic offense against the Cowboys, so the commies don't have much tape to go on. I don't know how much being vanilla they held back, but I do believe they held back the run game. I do believe that. I think they thought we could do what we want and beat Dallas, and they were right. But the idea that Barkley getting only 14 carries was huge for us. I think the 14 carries frees Barkley up for at least 20 carries this game. I really do.
Mm-hmm. Better have over though, yeah.
Yeah, possibly. Whatever it takes. Nico says, Philly and Joe, you were two right. They're saving Barkley's ability to take on Washington and the way Washington is gearing up for him. We have AJ and Devontae as long as they're healthy. I agree. And I'm sure Quinn's gonna, try to come up with something. But if that defense is biting on that play action, I just don't see how you stop the Eagles. I really don't. They've got to stop the run and they're gonna have to get to Hurts. I think the Eagles are very hard to stop with the amount of talent that we have around us. Philly girl, what's going on? Quote, what does it take to win? I don't think it is all Nick. I think it's more Lori's son and analytics. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that the whole analytics department is like really overly hyped with that team. They love the analytics, and I do wonder. I do think about this. I do wonder how much Nick Sirianni protects the front office. You know what I mean? Because he has to do certain things, and he has to eat it when it goes wrong. But it's not really what he wants to do. It's what that they want him to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I feel because of how Nick looked on Monday morning when he came back from that Jags game, that he didn't really regret what a game that he called and the points that were taken off the board and all the aggressive chances that they took. I feel like they're pushing the analytics on Nick, or they totally are on board what Nick is doing and they believe what Nick is doing is right. So, but like you said, he's the wild card every game, because one game we come out of a game, Cowboys game, he took every point that was there. Didn't get cute.
Right.
You had a lead, whatever. So you didn't really mess anything up there. But then you go into a game like this where, you're aggressive. You might be aggressive this game. Nick is going to be aggressive. It's weird because, like, even when I watched the Pittsburgh Steelers Commanders game, Pittsburgh was not even, they're never aggressive. 4th and 1. How many times are at 4th and 1? I didn't see them go for it one time. So then we start complaining about it. Like, I would have went for it on 4th and 1, but we're always nervous because it's our team doing it. But when it's other teams doing it, Nick takes a lot of chances. I agree with him taking, if you get a penalty, you've talked about it. You get a penalty on a 2-point conversion, or a field goal or whatever, you're going for it.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, to me, the problem, like the Jacksonville game, I didn't have a problem with those extra points. I had a problem with when you could go from 2 scores to 3 scores up, right? Meaning they need at least 3 possessions to take the lead in the fourth quarter, and you don't do it. That kind of stuff pisses me off. Like I don't understand it. That's what got me. It was 4th and inches, and he runs a play action with Jalen, and we don't get it. Now, if you're going to go on 4th and inches, you do the push-tush, because even when they supposedly stopped you on the goal line, that was a whole yard out. You still moved forward. So you're going to get the first down there. But if you're not going to do that, then you kick the field goal and go up 3 possessions. That's when I have a problem with Nick. When there's a penalty and they go for the 2-point, that doesn't bother me as much as when you can add to the amount of possessions a team needs to be able to win the game. I think you got to take that at that point. In my opinion. Easy is his name. Says 500's my mother humping birthday. My Quignon jersey finally came. Please let him get my birthday pick 6. Yeah, big pick tomorrow for Quignon Mitchell would be nice. It would be nice. And happy mother humping birthday to you, my friend.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. It's going to be rain. Oh, is it really going to be raining tomorrow? I didn't check the weather. Got to run the ball. Buzzology says the Commodores barely beat the Giants 2 times. Carolina lucky to beat the Bears. They lost 3 good teams. Yeah, I mean, they should have lost to the Bears. I think I watched one of the Giants games. I don't even remember how that went. And then the Carolina game, I don't know. But either way, the way I see it with Washington is even the years they've won 3 games, 4 games, it's like they split with us all the time, or it's very, very close. So I just expect, it to be close. But coming out of this game with a victory is like, it's humongous for the Eagles. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, they win this game, they got a chance at the number 1 seed.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Big Chris says turnover is the only thing that will make it close. That's true. You got to watch a turnover. And Washington has not turned the ball over this much. I think Daniels has 9 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. So we'll see. JB says week 10 last 3 years, Jalen 9-1, 9-1, 7-2, and yet Hurts is trash to ESPN. What? ESPN called him trash now? Dummies. I don't know. Every week it's something. Jalen didn't do this. Jalen didn't do that. Yeah, of course he makes mistakes. I mean, he's not perfect. There's no doubt about it. But God, I mean, did he not just go out and dominate the Dallas Cowboys after, he made a few mistakes early on? I mean, Jalen usually figures it out. Leon Banks says 500. I'm going to be the downer. I think Nick screws us tomorrow. Oh man, don't say that. Yeah, I hope not. You know what I mean? I hope not. Let's see here. Let me trying to catch up to this chat. Falling behind. The Toilet Smoke David super chat. He goes, don't want to see linemen on receivers tomorrow. Oh, I'll let Joey talk about that.
There's been no success with that all year. These edge rushers going in coverage, and finally, because we can kind of get into this too, because Jalix Hunt had 22, 23 snaps last game, so they're finally, and I don't know if they're only doing that because Bryce Huff is still not 100% off the. I don't know if the injury, or I don't know what's going on. I know Bryce Huff had the strip sack last week, but could it be phasing Bryce Huff out? Not completely, but could they're going to lower. It seems like they're lowering his snaps, and I'm on board with it. Honestly, I want to see what Jalix Hunt can do, but it's going to take time. Though we've seen a million times. We've seen Nolan Smith on Jamar Chase, nothing. We've seen Malik Neighbors on Brandon Graham, Malik Neighbors on Josh Sweat. These edges.
It doesn't seem like it works, right?
No, it doesn't work. No.
Yeah. And the question is what is Fangio going to do to confuse Jaden Daniels? You have a young quarterback who's still learning the ropes in the NFL. Jim Johnson would throw so much stuff at him that he wouldn't know what to do. Fangio, is he going to do that? The Steelers blitzed 53% of the time, and it gave Daniels problems. Will they be willing to blitz tomorrow? Will they blitz Nakobe Dean, Cooper DeJean? I think these guys can blitz, but will they do it? How do you confuse Jaden Daniels tomorrow? What looks does What looks does Fangio give Jane Daniels to try to confuse the young rookie. I can't stand like when we had Jonathan Gannon and you have rookie quarterbacks throwing like 80%. It can't happen. You got to try to confuse these guys. You know, maybe you get a couple turnovers.
Hope so.
Nick Marchetti, David Super J goes, must win tomorrow. Then it's basically a mini bye for us. Yeah, it's a mini bye. Good chance to get healthy. And yeah, I agree. And then you got the Rams, and you could win that game. Then you got Baltimore, and that's a hell of a game. That's a hell of a game. And that's in Baltimore. That's the toughest game we got left on the schedule. And if you beat Washington and you beat the Rams, even if you were to lose that game, you would be okay. You would be okay.
Right.
Major Pain says 500 on the Discord. You have to click join server and okay. All right. I will do that after the show. I don't know why I didn't do that the first time, but okay, I'll check it out. Toilet Smoke at David Super Chat goes, don't want to see linemen on the receivers tomorrow. Yeah, I think I read that one. Yeah, we definitely don't. Let me see here. JH David Super Chat goes, Lattimore out. AJ gonna cook some fools. Yeah, I think AJ has a big giant game tomorrow. And Devontae too. Jason, David Super Chat goes, Joey 500, my guys, depth starting to be an issue with Washington, but Chin, Fowler, and Frankie Louvu are playing Wildman, but no turnovers. Birds will win. Yeah, I agree. No turnovers, and they will win. Jeremy Chin has been really good for Washington, Joey. I mean, we talked about him possibly.
We talked about him.
Yeah, he's been really good. Fowler has been really, really good as well.
Yeah.
Fowler's got like 8.5 sacks, 9 sacks, something like that. But I mean, he was what, Cowboy last year?
Yeah,
Cowboys
and they don't
Glenville?
have, and they lost what's his face this year. Then they lose what's his face to a pectoral injury or something. Josh Allen, I forgot his name. The defensive lineman,
Allen?
Jonathan Allen. I think they lost him for the
Uh-huh.
year too. I don't think he's.
Yeah.
I think they lost.
And they got Payne still, so they still got defensive tackles. Their pass rush has been the strength on their defense, I think. You know, and then the linebacker, you know, with Bobby Wagner still playing at a high level. They got some players, but I do think that you can run the ball in Washington, and I think you can throw to the outside, especially. So I think this is an AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. You know, I think they're going to have big games and big moments. And to me, I know that the Eagles are going to be tempted to pass the ball downfield. All I'm saying is do it after you've established Barkley in this game. Once he's established and that play action works, you're good to go. It's good to go.
Well, I'm saying this. I'm saying if they can get look, if you want to pass it deep like that, that's perfectly fine. You should really work up to that moment instead of just doing it. But obviously, if they see the matchup, they're just going to do it anyway. But if there is a consistent pass rush on Hurts because there's nothing middle of the field, there's no crossers, there's no hot route, there's nothing going on, it can be open, but Hurts might not even have the time to even get the ball to them, even if they are open. It might not be. He might have someone in his face. So it really depends on, you got to make Washington worry about other things, whether it's a dump off, short passing game, something. They got to do other things.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, yeah. No, exactly right. Exactly right. Let me see here. Marcus says, I'm not scared the Eagles could beat anybody. The Commanders playing good, but what cornerback can check A.J. Brown? They can't. Even if they had Marshawn Lattimore, they aren't stopping those wide receivers because I mean Lattimore has had trouble with both those guys in the past. So I don't think that will change.
No, that won't change anything.
Rico says if they get 1-versus-1, they will go for it. Absolutely, they will. Absolutely.
They will.
See here. Young boy says Spire blitz. I say do both. I don't think the Eagles will blitz a lot, but you have to definitely contain. You have to set your edges. And we are missing the Goddard factor. Do you fear Brian Johnson is aware of Nick's bad habits? Well, Goddard's back, right? What does he mean, the Goddard factor? What's the Goddard factor?
Yeah. So apparently he's got an ankle injury.
Now? Oh, really?
Well, that's what I heard. That's what I heard. I heard this fucking guy. Apparently he's got an ankle. I don't know. That's what I heard during practice this week. I totally forgot about
is
that.
he out? Is he out tomorrow? I
don't
didn't
think
see
so. No, I don't think so. Doesn't. I'll check let me check their thing right now. I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if they have the latest injury report out. Goddard got to stay healthy, man. Really, he's got to stay healthy. It's something that kills us,
No, he was full. He was an ankle full practice.
Okay, so he's full practice.
Yes.
And then speaking of tight ends, Jack Stahl goes to Miami. He's picked up by Miami, so he won't be coming back. I ain't worried about Stahl. He stinks.
Yeah.
Zach says you can run on this team and throw. If you take one of those away from us, you're in a lot of trouble. Yeah, you could do both. I just think that if you can establish the run early with Barkley, then I think you'll have both all game to do. Because once they start biting on that play action, this game they're going to be in big trouble.
Oh yeah. Big plays are going to happen, no doubt.
Yeah. Will any of you be streaming on Sunday, even though the Eagles don't play on Sunday? I probably will pick a game out to stream. I don't know which game. I don't know if I can't remember if the Cowboys play Monday night or Sunday, but I'll probably pick a game out. I'm not sure yet.
Well, you got Steelers, Baltimore. That's a big one. You have have Casey and the Bills on Monday night, and those are the two biggest ones other than ours. Yeah.
So Monday night's Casey and the Bills. That's a great game.
Yeah.
I'll probably do the Sunday night. I think Dallas plays Sunday night, so I'll probably do that game. But Dallas is getting to the point where it's like nobody even cares anymore. They stink. Monday they play Buffalo. Kansas City is a good game.
Yeah.
Real Rick says Saquon interview on CBS is fire. We don't plan on losing. We plan on winning. I like that. It's raining. No. That's known as the Saquon Barkley weather. There you go. Philly, if we win against Washington and beat the Rams, we have a very good shot at the Super Bowl. I think you do, because I think you could get that number 1 seed. I think if the Eagles get that number 1 seed over Detroit, I think that they can win that game. Like, I think they can. I think this is going to be Detroit. I said I think Detroit Eagles are headed for collision course in the championship game, and I think Detroit versus the Eagles. I think it would be a high scoring game. I think it would be back and forth, and I think it would be much like that first game we played with them a couple of years ago. So I think the Eagles can beat them. I do. But you got to have home field. If you lose tomorrow, then Washington goes in the first, and they still get to play you one more time at home. And I really think it sets you back. I think this game is more important to the Eagles than it is to the whatchamacallit.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Cowboys do play Monday night versus Texans. Bills, Chiefs, Sunday night. Okay. So yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Monday. Sorry.
I don't know what I'll do on Sunday. Who knows? Maybe I'll just lay around in the house and do nothing.
Put up some Christmas decorations.
I'm doing some of that on Saturday. I'm going to stream the Tyson fight. I'm leaning towards streaming the Tyson fight on Saturday night. So I think I'm going to be doing that Saturday, since we won't be doing Shakedown. So
it's Friday. The fight's Friday, I think.
Is it Friday? Oh, then I'll be doing it Friday.
Yeah. What time is the fight?
I don't know. I have to check. But I think I might stream that, and then Saturday just take off. We'll see. I like whoever is giving these young guys more and more reps. They show progression more down. Yeah, the more the reps, the more they play, the better it seems with us. I really absolutely love that.
Yeah, like Christian Parker with the cornerbacks and Clint Hurt with the defensive line, Bobby King with the linebackers. It's Fangio, but man, these positional coaches these experienced position coaches are doing a fantastic job with these young guys. They're really molding them really well. Really well.
I agree.
Did you
Up in
see
Christmas,
after this? Sorry.
oh, no Christmas stuff till after Turkey Day. Not anymore. Not when every day you have Christmas stuff on TV. Every day Christmas stuff. I start early. I start before. Like I consider all one holiday now. Like it used to be like Thanksgiving was Thanksgiving, and then it would start the
Yeah,
holidays.
yeah.
Like to me, it's like it's
No.
all just big
Yeah,
holiday.
literally the day after Halloween, I was putting all the Halloween stuff back in my house in storage, and I literally took the Christmas tree out like 2 days later. So
I know. It's like it's crazy. I like yesterday they had the Elf was on, Christmas Vacation was on. It's like all these shows. I'm like, I can't not watch Christmas stuff. So what might as well put it up. They got Christmas commercials. You go to the store and all the Christmas stuff is up. Let's just party. Let's just have a big party. That's what I say.
I want to say this because this news came out the other day from Vic Fangio's press conference about Zach Baun, if you didn't hear. So Fangio, someone asked about Zach Baun, and because Zach Baun always speaks highly of Vic Fangio, really molding him to the player that he is this year. Now, when they actually went after Zach Baun in free agency and got him, Howie's plan for Zach Baun was for him to be a backup outside linebacker / special teams demon. And Fangio was like, nah, he's an inside linebacker. So because I don't think we've had any other DCs that made decisions against Howie like this, do you think this is do you think that Howie may have had a hand in maybe like telling coaches like this is where I see him and this is where he's going to be?
Yeah, I think he's had a huge hand in it, and especially when you have young guys like Jonathan Gannon and Sean Desai. He's going to basically tell them what to do. Now, I can't blame Howie because of the Zach Baun thing. Like, no, I don't think anybody thought he was that good. I mean,
No.
New Orleans sat there on his roster for how many years? So I don't blame him, but you do need to be able to take advice from coaches who saw. I mean, Vic saw something in him, and he was right on. And now we've got one of the best linebackers in the league. I mean, dude, he's playing like literally a defensive MVP candidate. That's how good he's been. So, to me, I think Howie will listen to certain guys. Schwartz, I think he would listen to. Vic Fangio, he would listen to. But these young guys, I don't think he would at all.
Yeah, I get it.
Let's see here. Cowboys always play on Thanksgiving. Duh. I know. It's like, what's the point? They stink. Let's say Wednesday. We got 5 rings, moron. When you didn't even exist, you were just like walking around your dad's balls. We had championships. All right. Yeah. Tell him, Bonzology. Blake Davis Super Chick goes, what do you all think of my bet? Saquon over 18.5 rushing attempts. JD over 30.5 passing attempts. Jalen Hurts less than 27 passing attempts, and Brian Robinson under 47.5 rushing yards. That's interesting. It's interesting. So yeah, if Saquon gets 18.5 carries over, the chances are that Jalen's not throwing 30 times. So I like that. And then you have Jayden Daniels. If he throws 30.5 times, yeah, Robinson under 47.5. That would be the one I worry about the most. I like it. I do like it. The under 47.5, it depends on Robinson, like how much he plays. Because the Eagles, I mean, they haven't been that great against the run. But I like that bet. I actually do. I hope it pays a lot for you. And I hope you win, obviously. Tyler says Cooper DeJean is not a safety. He's just a corner hole lockdown. You're number one. Cooper DeJean is a cornerback 1. Yeah. Okay. I think he's more than a cornerback 1. I think he's not even a safety. He's not a slot. I think he's a Swiss Army knife. I think he's like the special weapon that you just use everywhere eventually, But right now, his rookie year, he's a slot corner, and he might be one of the best. He may be the best slot corner in football. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, let's see what he does tomorrow. But
Dude, come on.
between
CeeDee
both
Lamb,
of
I
them,
don't care that CeeDee Lamb didn't have a quarterback. He did nothing. Nothing. Four attempts. He had 3 catches. What, like 4 yards? Like usually, like when we play CeeDee Lamb, he always comes across like the middle open, and then he gets like 15, 20, 30 yards after the catch. He was getting, as soon as he caught the ball, he was getting tackled, dude. Boom, right away, tackled. Boom, right away, tackled. It was a beautiful thing.
yeah. I mean, look, the back end is way better. What we have in the front now, it's different. We haven't had this in years, and I think Fangio is trying to show off. Look, if you can't get the sacks, you can get the pressures, and you have the linebacker. I mean, look, Fangio said you can't have a good defense without good linebackers, and I'm glad he said that. And you have a couple right now, and with them playing at a high streak right now, plus the secondary on these fast break tackles, and even on some of these dump off passes, 9 out of 10 times in the past, we miss on those tackles. They get an extra 5 to 7 yards, maybe even first downs at that point. So, it really is the athleticism of that secondary, man, and those linebackers. It's going to be great.
It is. R04 Rain says, that's the song CJ was singing. Oh, wait, that wasn't. Was that the exact words? Is that what it was?
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
did
yeah.
see it. Okay, now, yeah, okay, yeah. That was hilarious, dude. That was funny. Dude, you got to like CJ Gardner. I thought CJ Gardner Johnson had his best game.
He did.
This past week, too, which was good to see, him get going. Q and DeJean locked up Lamb Chop. They did. They locked Lamb Chops up. That was a pretty big damn test. I don't care that CeeDee Lamb didn't have, perfect quarterback. He still didn't do any. He did nothing, like nothing. It was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing. Let's see here. Jalen Carter threw up on the star. Oh, I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the video of that. Yeah, he did. Not on purpose. I think he just had to throw up. It was just right there.
Well, that's okay, though. That's okay. You get what you deserve. The defense has a good locker room chemistry, and their discipline. It's so great to see. I agree with you. I agree. So let me ask you, what are your predictions for this game? Like, what are you thinking?
I'm gonna say 34-21.
34-21. That's nice. That's a nice win. I got 28-20.
Okay.
I think it's going to be tight in the fourth quarter. I think the Eagles blow it open and they win by 8.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think if they use Barkley early and establish the run early, and then they can feed off that play action, I think this is going to be a blowout. I think it'll be a blowout. But if they come out and they're trying to throw every down and we keep Washington in it in the first quarter, then I see it going into the fourth quarter.
No, I agree. No, they should have some separation. I'm just this matchup. It's gonna be hyped. The shit is hyped for tomorrow. Like it's
yeah.
It's
oh man, it's gonna be awesome. 500 smells like piss has 38-34. Philly flyover. DeJean 2 picks, 1 pick 6.
I would,
dude. People will be going nuts if that happens.
Mm-hmm.
But Bonzali, every time I see Bonzali, he's just double moonwalking. Let's say Williams tonight. I mean, he is double moonwalking that ass because every time I see it, he's saying something. 500. Did you see Mike McCarthy have to use a shield to block the sun during his press conference after the game? No, but that's kind of funny. I mean, the thing about that whole thing is, I don't know if you've seen any of the pictures, but you can't tell me that. And I, interception's an interception. It is what it is. But you can't tell me that sun wasn't bothering those guys on the field and bothering Jalen when he was throwing the ball. I mean, the pictures I've seen from the angles of seeing it with the sun, there's no way that sun was not bothering him.
No, even Kellen Moore said at the press conference on Monday, he said, or a few days ago, he said it's been one of the biggest problems. He said it's one of the problems that's been happening. It's what we have to deal with. You have to work around it. So he was there for 4 years. He knows. So
Yeah. Nick Davis Super Chat goes, Terry will be lined up on Q a lot. This is a test. This is a big test. Are you kidding? Terry McLaurin has killed the Eagles in the past. He has had monster games against us. So yeah, this is a hell of a test. I agree. I agree.
it's a test, but I don't think Terry McLaurin. I think Terry McLaurin's great, but I don't think he's better than a lot of what we faced this year. I think he's still very good. He's still, the pass is the pass. The Eagles have actually have linebackers in a fucking secondary now. This is, and like anything could happen, but this is a different year now. Like there's nothing from the last few years that is similar to what we're doing now. This is completely different now. We're younger, we're capable, and there's playmakers. And
what I want to see on defense, like really, is I want to see what the game plan is against Daniel. Like I want to see what Vic Fangio, as an experienced defensive coordinator, as a guy who's been around in the NFL, what's he going to do to confuse the young kid? What's he going to do to try to throw him off? Because I think Fangio is smart enough to do that. How he does it, what does he do? We'll see. Will he actually blitz more than normal because he seemed to struggle last week against the blitz? It'll be interesting. It's going to be an interesting strategy to see. The Toilet Smoke at David Super Chat. He goes, "You all see the meme with McCarthy play calling sheet being a breakfast menu?" No, I didn't see that. Dallas is done. I mean, that team is done, dude. They're done.
That's bad.
Anyways, I mean, we're an hour in. We've got over 600 people in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. Hit that like. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Click the link. Go sub up Joey if you're on my channel. Is there anything else that we're missing or we haven't talked about?
No, I think that's really it. I mean, I think that's it. I mean, we had to enjoy that, that Dallas win for a day and really get back to business. So really, it's a short week. You get this one on Thursday and have a mini bye, get some guys well rested. The Commanders actually have a bye week after this week. So, so that will help them 100%. But
oh, do they? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And plus it's a bigger bye. It's a bigger bye week for them.
It's a big win. I mean, you go up and you beat them. You go up a game and a half, right? And then they have a bye week next week. And let's say you win, you're up 2 games on. You'll be up 2 full games on them. By just taking care of business. I really like going up. Like I really feel comfortable playing the Rams in LA. Like we do pretty good against them.
Yeah.
And then you win these next 2 games. That takes you to 9-2, right? 9-2, you still have the Giants, you still have Washington. One more time, you have Dallas. I mean, you're talking. I think you can win 13 games easy, and you have a chance for home field. But you got to win tomorrow. Like tomorrow to me is more of a game like must win for the Eagles than Washington.
I think the biggest thing that the Eagles have done this year, they've done really well on the road, but Washington in the past has had a lot of success at Lincoln Financial Field. They've had a lot of success there.
Oh, sorry, I got distracted with something. Shark, thank you for Super Chat. Goes, "What up, fellas? Joey, I've seen you on Tone's show. That's tight. Dotson is getting his first touchdown tomorrow." I love it.
Yeah, shout out to Tone, by the way. Yeah, he was doing he was doing live calls, so I decided to jump in, and I haven't talked to him in a while. So he was wanting to jump on our show and do some stuff in the future. So I was like, yeah, let's definitely do it up one day. Dotson's gonna be interesting, man. I mean, he knows all those players on that roster. This would be the perfect week for. I'm not saying he's going to get 10 catches or anything like that, but to get him involved just a little bit, it's something that it's something that Washington's hasn't seen yet by the Eagles in the offense. I mean, depending on how much they're taking from that Cowboys game the rest of the season so far, it's a big. We'll see what happens. See what happens with Dotson.
We will. We will. Well, listen, guys. We are going to get going. It's been a busy day for both of us.
Mhm.
Tomorrow is a huge day. So look for, we'll both be streaming. Then we'll have the post game. It'll be like I won't get to bed till like 5 in the morning. It'll be like a 5 in the
I
morning
know
night.
it's one of those
It's
shitty
gonna be a
nights.
long night. Yeah. But hopefully they get the win. You kind of get the win, you feed off of that. But thank you guys so much for joining
Yeah.
us. We love you guys to death, and we hope you all have a great night. And yeah, it's time to get ready for tomorrow. So with that said, we out of here. Peace.
Peace, peace.
We'll see you later.
We'll see you.
Yo, you got plenty of time.
Come on.
Oh, shit! Dad! No!
It's
Oh,
over.
shit.
It's over. This game is over. Cut it off. It's over.
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay.
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today. That was on you, Dad. That was on you, Dad. That was on you, Dad.
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott.
Where the
Trying
hell is he throwing it
to defend the CeeDee Lamb. Trying to defend the CeeDee Lamb. You tried to defend the CeeDee Lamb. You got to give it to CeeDee Lamb. God. It's over. It's over, Dak. Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk.
It's nasty for us to win a game.
It is killing me.
And I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Jerry Jones taking. Cut it off. It's over.